Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Got a new gadget I want to share with you. This could be the best coffee maker yet. And if you follow the channel, you know I love my coffee and I've tried lots of different coffee makers. Love the French press, love my AeroPress, and now look at this guy. This is the Clever Coffee Dripper. I don't know if the RX100 Mark V is going to zoom in on that. This is really cool because it's kind of like one of those little Melita cups that you put a cone filter in, sits on top of your coffee cup and drains through, except this has a valve in it at the bottom. So what that does is it allows you to have your brew time. It allows you to give your coffee well, for me, 3 minutes is perfect. So after you grind your coffee, you put it in, you let it sit for 3 minutes with the boiling water, and then you use the valve to drain it into your coffee cup. So it seems to me like it's the best of both worlds. It's like taking the advantage of a French press and an AeroPress and making it even easier. Let's get it out of the box.
Okay, so inside we have nicely bubble wrapped the main part of the Clever Coffee Dripper. And this is the funnel. I'm just looking for the, there we go. Get it out of the bubble wrap. Kids will play with that later. Got a little tag here. Thank you for choosing Clever. Clever is made by the quality assured material Triton copolyester, which is a BPA-free plastic, which is a bonus because we don't want BPA. So nice looking gadget. It looks well built, and this down here is part of our funnel system. Let's see here. Okay, so that is obviously the lid for our Clever Coffee Dripper. And this is, I guess, looks like just a base to sit it on, I think, so that you don't drip anything on your counter. Okay, so first and foremost, gotta wash this thing before we make some coffee. Then we're gonna make some coffee. Hang on. First of all, we got some organic coffee beans. So we've got to get our fresh ground beans, because fresh ground beans makes the best coffee. Got to grind them real quick. Let's get our beans out of here. Actually, first and foremost, we've got our Clever Coffee Dripper here. So we got to get a filter for this. This takes number 4 filters, so I'm just going to grab one. Luckily, I had some in the cupboard because I haven't bought coffee filters in a while, so it's a good thing I happen to have some. So let's get the tape. I usually fold the bottom over and the side over. You know what somebody said to do was rinse this in boiling water to get the paper taste out. Maybe I'll give it a try. Certainly makes it wet. Anyways, we'll see if it makes it any harder to put in the Clever Coffee Dripper. Doesn't look like it. I read that somewhere, that if you rinse it, it gets any like fibers and dust out of it, so it makes it easier to not have that come through. Let's get our coffee grounds out of here. I'm using a brush, a paintbrush. Is a little tip for you. I lost the, or I guess it got in bad shape and then I lost it, the little brush that came with the coffee grinder here. So I just went to the dollar store, bought a set of paintbrushes, and washed them real good. They were brand new, but I washed them out just to make sure there wasn't any chemical or anything on them. And I just used that as my coffee grinder brush, and it works fantastic. So we've got the ground coffee in our filter in the Clever Dripper. Let's get our kettle. So the kettle just boiled. We are going to fill this up with nice boiling water from the kettle. I usually just go around the sides of the filter to make sure that all the grinds are washed down into the water and not stuck to the sides. Now, the really cool thing about this Clever Coffee Dripper is the valve is automatic. So while it's sitting on the disc, the feet stop the valve, keep it closed. When you put it on a coffee cup, the pressure then around the circumference, the inner circumference, releases the valve and allows it to start dripping. Okay, so I've got this filled. I like a 3-minute brew time. So we're going to set 3 minutes on here. on the timer. I don't know if you could see that there or not. More for my benefit than yours. I need to know when 3 minutes is up, but we're doing 3 minutes if you're wondering. Okay, so we're over 2 minutes here. It's getting close in time, so I'm going to get our cup ready. We are using the TARDIS mug, Doctor Who TARDIS mug today for our first cup of coffee with the clever coffee dripper. We're at about 2.5 on there, 220, which is probably close enough to my optimal brew time. I like it 2.5 to 3. And we just set it there, and it makes a cup of coffee. Now, I better make sure that I'm not overflowing, because I'm not exactly sure how much this makes. It looks about perfect. We are right at the top. Now, I've got coffee left in here, so I'm going to have to figure out the optimum amount of water to add, because that's probably made about 2 cups with those grinds, but that is a fast and easy way to make a perfectly timed coffee with the correct amount of brew time.
Now comes the important part. Bearing in mind, I may have actually used too much water per my coffee. A little adjustment might need to be made, but that is actually really good. Even taking into account it's got a little extra water because there's some left in the clever coffee dripper, I'd still say it's about perfect. Really liking this clever coffee dripper. Check it out, folks. You can get it on Amazon. I think it's right around $20. If not under, it's maybe just a few cents over. I will put a link below. You can check it out. I think this has fast become my new favorite coffee maker. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.